Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
We don't leave it all behind.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled week of Grumpy Vlogger Live. It looks like we must be, looks like maybe Art is broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube, it looks like, so. Hey, you can see, yeah, you can see my lips moving, yes, yeah, I know. Dummy's not on tonight, at least not yet, so. Hey, let's just go ahead and bring in my co-host, everyone's favorite leprechaun, Mr. Art Carlson.
Yeah!
Hey, Art, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Went and got my shingle shot today.
Yeah, you sort of look red-faced.
Yeah.
I think it's your lights. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah, you probably need to redo your white balance in stream in vMix. But, you know.
There. How's that?
Yes. That's better. That's better. Yeah.
There we go.
So, I mean, you know. Yes, Coast to Coast Drones, it is the Lloyd Multiverse. Yes.
Yes.
One of the new features of StreamYard. Hey, let's just go ahead and bring in our tertiary co-host, the Thunder from tertiary, whatever. The Thunder from Down Under is none other than Mr. Dominic Northside Hawk. Hello.
Hey.
You can hear the TV in the background. Really?
Yep, we can. I was wondering what that noise was.
That's what it is. Well, let's just drop that back down. Apparently, I started the monitor for Judy at the wrong time, and it is picking up. It does that sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, so now you guys don't have to listen to Downton Abbey in the background. So
yeah, don't want to get copyright strike.
Yeah, which I probably will anyways, you know, but whatever. But yeah, you know, these new features here of multicasting, you know, or simulcasting, I should say, is pretty cool. Yeah, Justin. Yeah, say, hey, let's go ahead and start at the top of the list and move our way down and say hello to everybody. We got, looks like Chin Dynasty was first, Jody was second, Drone Shots, Chris at Sunrise Water Media, then let's see, Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, welcome to the show, mate, and Mudball Creative, that's Don, and then we got Art and Northside Hawk. Let's see, who else have we got here? I'm scrolling down. 107 Drones, Barkley.
Yeah,
yes.
Barkley.
Drone Rob. And as you said, Coast to Coast Drones.
Mark Sullivan.
Mark Sullivan, yes. And have I missed
Joey
anybody else?
Jaybird.
Jaybird, welcome. They'll start trickling
we got
in
the
here.
Other Mark
R. White. Yeah.
Yes, R.
And we can't forget Justin, who is there, droning gaming RP, who we have been trading barbs back and forth through all the chats that we're all on. So yeah, last night he kind of bailed out early because Ted Bell.
Ted Bell.
Yeah, and
his brother Taco.
Okay, you had to go there, didn't you?
Yeah,
I knew he was going to do that.
Mickey McH.
Mickey McH. All right, and I see that Ted does not have
a wrench.
He's not blue.
Oh, whoops! Wait a minute.
Oh,
let me.
Did you?
Yeah.
Time him out.
No. I made him a managing moderator, and I want to make him a standard moderator. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyways. Yeah. So, Well, let's see. What's been going on? Well, yesterday my son and grandson came over to visit for a little while. My grandson was down from Edmond, Oklahoma. I haven't seen him since before Christmas. I think like Thanksgiving or around there was the last time we saw him, and he came by, brought us some homemade banana bread, which was really good, by the way. And he does he likes to do the cooking, so
Cool.
he's a pretty good cook. And so he came by, and my CL1 Rotor Riot drone went home with my youngest son because he asked could he try it out. And then he calls me today and says, "Hey, which one of the?" Because he's also got my Tyrannus controller. So he says, "Which one of these profiles am I supposed to be using?" And to be honest with you, I had forgot. It'd been so long, I forgot how to arm it. So I said, if nothing else, bring it over. We'll work on it tomorrow. But I made him a deal. He's got some really good 3D printers and can print up stuff fairly fast. And I got from one of the puppet makers that makes ventriloquist dummies. I got a 3D printed head pattern, and I sent it to him. Took us a while to get, and it's a 4-day print for just the head part. That's not counting the jaw, the lower jaw, the eyes, and so on. But anyways, I said, I'll tell you what, you print that out for me. You can have the CO1, the 5-inch from Rotor Riot. So I'm going to let him keep that stuff because I'm not going to fly it after I got the Avata. There's no point. So
Well, we gotta say hello to Margie.
Oh, Margie.
Margie is here.
Margie's
Space
obviously on one of
Rangers
our.
recording studio, and hanging with JD is here.
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't know which. Must be in one of the other channels, but as I've streamed as well. So
Oh, yeah, Margie
So
is
just-
on, she's on one of the others. The Allegra family
Allegra fan.
family vlogs. Damn it. Ever since I lost my eye tooth, I can't see what I'm saying anymore. That will be remedied tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, I get my new tooth. Actually, new teeth. I'm getting partials of the uppers and lowers, but I mean, it's so bad. I had one of them nights that neither G or I slept well, and I actually had a dream of them putting those in me, putting those new partials in, and they didn't fit right, and I couldn't shut my mouth. So, that's,
You couldn't shut your pie hole?
that was it, man. I just, it's because they had forgot to, I grabbed them so quick to put them in that I forgot to take them off the little mount that they come in, and that was, oh my God. I'm talking like this, and I couldn't do it,
Oh, just
That
like
was the dream.
ventriloquist.
Pretty much like my, like this. But one from Art, one from, okay, so you watch one of Art's, and she's usually on Matt's channel, yes. Margie TV is, I've seen her, actually, whose show was I on? Oh, it was Matt's channel Friday.
Matt's
And
channel, that's where Matt.
we were trying to get it. We were trying to get her to come on.
She does float into many other channels as well.
Yeah.
Because
She comes
she's on
into
my channel
mine
as
now
well.
and then.
She's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
supporter.
Well, yes, I know she's been following. I know Matt for the longest time, and I remember, and very glad to have her in watching my show tonight. So
Yep.
I appreciate it.
I
But,
mean, I'm not sure which one she's on, but she's watching it somehow.
yeah.
Wonderful.
And so anyway,
Oh,
yesterday my grandson was. Oh, yes. What? Art.
I
Continue.
would like to show a picture of something I picked up at Justin's garage sale yesterday.
Okay, let's see that. Whoops. Sorry. I did that wrong.
Wrong one.
There
There
you
we
go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Justin has some good stuff there at his garage sale, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
microwave safe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that popped. Oh, and by the way, before we get any further, just keep in mind the families of those students and teachers that died today in the shooting in Tennessee, in Nashville. So,
Mm.
it's
Sad.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
Hillbilly surround sound, 3 streams going at once. There you go, Jody.
You should.
He says that wasn't a gravy boat.
Looks
Yeah.
like a very useful way to use a gravy boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, if you want to piss off your
Tim
guests.
yeah, Tim. Well, I get rid of him faster. Tim Jackson.
Tim
must be,
Jackson. And we got
out.
Mikey Fly Zone Drone. One of the
I don't know which one he's
Toto
on, but-
brothers.
One of the Toto brothers. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I think he's
Yeah.
on he could be on my stream.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll check to see who's on mine.
I'm finally figuring out at the top up there. You have an A for your Facebook channel and an A for
Yeah.
your YouTube channel, and that's Arch. And then I see D up there for Dominic's channel, so his YouTube channel. So yeah, so we're running. I'm running on Facebook under the Grumpy Vlogger one. Joe Fotoleo, welcome.
Joe.
And
You say
Well,
hi to
making
Tim
me go-
Jackson?
yes, I said hi to Tim Jackson. I don't know why, but I did anyways. My little buddy.
Oh, we got
But,
Bo Jackson, his brother in the chat.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I thought I saw something yesterday with. Was it? Who was it that? Oh, I know who it was. It's Sunrise Water Media is a. He apparently is vegetarian, so I informed him because cows eat grass. That makes cows vegetarian. So if you eat beef, you're eating vegetarian meat. So
There you go.
Exactly. Well, what you need to do is just get a cauliflower for all the vegetarians there.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I am totally joking.
Of course. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, but it does explain why Chris is such a skinny feller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
We got
he's-
Ben
he's-
Cartwright.
Hey, Ben.
Hey Ben, good to see you in here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to. I did another short today with the dummy. I was going to actually. Let's see if I've got my phone. You want to see something that is just frightening, and just so this is what you guys. Let me see if I can find the picture. Whoop. Hang on a second. Let's get that off. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to upload it on here, so I'm going to do the old Ron Lockwood photo show.
Yep.
And let's see, where is it? No, that's not it. Yeah. Okay. Where is it? Here we go. Let me bring this up. This is, let me put myself on full. Okay, I'll bring this up. That's our male Chihuahua last Tuesday.
Yeah.
See if I can get that to focus.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this is the full pose. Guess what happened to him Tuesday?
Oh, yeah. He got denutted.
Yes, he did. Doesn't seem to have worked. he's still chasing poor Ranger around, It's like, all right, you little pervert, knock it off.
Does he have a Elizabethan tone around his head?
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I'm thinking, poor little feller. Yeah, it needed to be done because, the thing was, he wasn't chasing after his younger sister, the female. He's abusing he's abusing Ranger's shoulder.
Oh,
Ranger just lays there like, oh, whatever, you know. He's sleeping all the time because he's getting a little older, and he's a big dog, and he just doesn't care. And we hear something, and every so often we'll hear this. Yeah, it's a dominance thing. Well, the funny thing is, Bear weighs
Tammy Jane. Hello.
Tammy Jean.
Tammy
Welcome.
Jane.
Bear weighs 8 pounds, and he's humping Ranger, who is 120 pounds. Yeah, there's some dominance issues going on there. I'll tell you what. But it's well, that wasn't quite appropriate because he no longer has nuts. So
Oh.
there you go. That's the one for him. Yeah. She sent Mariah, which I don't know if you guys I'm sure you guys remember the Vegemite challenge I did. Small dog syndrome. You're right, Dom. The Vegemite challenge I did a couple years ago, and I had the little gal that would come over and clean our house. I had her try it, and she lost her lunch. Well, she's now a veterinary assistant, and she's the one who took those pictures. Was they were, putting him under, and it reminded me of his first girlfriend. Oh, we got a good crowd tonight.
I don't have a dog, but I do have a goat.
There you go.
Just Lloyd, I just wanted to tell you, you got up to 40.
40
Yep.
people watching? Really?
I
Yep.
think that's in total.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in total. Oh, in total. Okay. Well, some of them are repeats,
I've
but
got
hey.
6 on mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see. What have we got on mine? Why? Oh, there it is. I'm showing 35 in this chat. In
Yeah,
this particular
23
one.
on your channel, Lloyd.
Huh? 23 on mine.
Yep.
Okay.
And 4 on my channel.
Yay, well done.
Well, we appreciate everybody, but by the way, Tammy Jean, Gus said to tell you hello if you ever came in the show, because you're he thinks you're his number one fan. So but what does he know? He's a dummy. Anyways, but yeah, I have absolutely no clue what I'm going to talk about tonight, except I understand.
We all
Whoever is restreaming it gets the watch time. So Art gets watch time, Dominic gets watch time. It's to hey Gus, said hello. Oh, great.
Oh, Gus.
It was Gus is back here off stage right now.
Yeah.
But help me. Anyways, yeah. You'll get it there. One of these days. But it really now that would be good. Seeing you doing ventriloquism with a little dummy on your little short lap, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Yeah.
And I follow you, he's funnier than you.
Probably. Well, I don't know. I would be funnier if I actually read the jokes, but who wants to? Charles Goluski.
Charles in charge.
No, I'm not stealing your watch time. Unless you're rebroadcasting for me, and you would be. They're stealing my watch. Yeah, they're stealing my watch time in chat. Yes, you're right. Okay, I had to reread that. I don't have my glasses on, so I had to go back. Yeah, I thought, well, no, I'm not stealing nobody's watch time. They're getting mine. But yes, but that's okay. That's to help. It's pity streams. Yeah, that's it right there.
It's to help the smaller channels.
Yeah, like they're helping me. Trying to get people to. Well, who is that old fool? Well, who's the grand? That way. We get people. But yeah, I don't know what I was going to talk about. All right, what do you got to talk about?
Me?
Yeah,
We're going to be talking about something.
yeah.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to find somebody else to drive me around in the Philippines because Dante, Yolanda's brother, who's the father of my godson, he's already booked. So I'm going to have to find someone else. Maybe
find somebody else. Yeah.
Yolanda could drive me. Nina could, but she's working.
Who is this?
So I'm going to have to find somebody
else.
else.
Gave up doing gaming on here. Oh, okay.
Yep, that's on my channel.
On your channel, okay.
He's from my channel.
So, yeah, so that's right. Tammy Jean is on vacation, and Dominic, you have been taking over for her, haven't you?
Yep, I've got another one coming up this Friday.
It's Friday. Yeah,
Yeah,
Friday your
Friday?
time.
Oh,
Thursday.
that'd be Thursday.
Oh, sorry,
here.
Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday for those of us
Thursday
on the
for you.
Yeah, for those of us up, and for those that are down under, it would be Friday.
Yeah, Thursday morning. I'll be on after Ken Heron this week.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just going to ask you if you were going to go on after.
But it's and it was fun being on your show last week. I had a lot of fun, and of course,
great fun.
We did. Yeah.
We always have fun.
Oh, it's Friday morning in the UK as well. Okay.
Okay.
Because of where the time zone's at. Yeah.
1 a.m. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Because the timeline runs up and down, not
2:15.
Yeah.
Sorry, it'll be around 2:15 in the UK.
It is on the longitude, not the latitude, right?
Exactly.
Did I say? Yeah.
Yep. And the dateline is not straight up and down. It kind of jogs over.
There's a couple of there's a couple of really funny ones.
Yeah, there's some real weird round a few places and and of course in Australia. Now that's the other thing. When do you guys switch times?
This week.
This week. So okay, so
our Saturday, our Sunday morning.
Your Sunday morning. Okay, so that was
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon. Yeah. Okay, something like that.
And that's when we go. We drop back an hour, and that means that you're an hour. We drop back an hour, and you're an hour even further back. So this time next week, you'll be on at 10 a.m., not 11 a.m. Because you start at 11 a.m. here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you'll be back at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I know Adelaide's time because it's during the summer months for us, they're winter months. They are 14 and a half hours different. So all I got to do is take 12 plus 2.5.
Yeah.
But then in the wintertime, when it's our wintertime and you're all summertime, then it's 16 and a half hours.
Yeah.
When we were gaming and stuff, and Grant and I were working on websites and stuff,
Yeah, it goes between, depending on where you are, it goes between 14 and 16 hours.
Yeah.
You jump an hour. We jump when we jump, and then you go back. So
yeah.
At the moment, it's 15 hours for me.
Right.
14 hours for Tim. 14 and a half hours for Trevor.
Right.
And you've got to go back 3 more for Perth.
Yeah.
We've got 5 time zones currently.
Now,
but once
what part are you in now? Where do you
Victoria.
live? Victoria. Okay, that's right. Yeah. All right.
Victoria, New South Wales, and Tasmania are 1 time zone currently.
Okay.
Queensland is 1. Northern Territory is completely separate from South Australia, and Western Australia is a whole 3 hours behind that. So it's 5 time zones, and it's going to get really, really confusing.
Does Tasmania even need a time zone? I mean, can they tell time down there?
Yeah, that is a bit of a running joke.
Be careful, my girlfriend's sister lives there.
It's a lovely spot.
But is she a native Tasmanian? That's the difference.
No,
She's got the scar on here.
Yeah, because Because they have that scar from where they had their second head taken off, because they're all born with two.
Yeah.
They're born with two heads down there in Tasmania, all that inbreeding. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, Tasmania is one of the most lovely places in Australia you can find.
Yeah, it
is the most underrated part of Australia.
Lloyd, could you hush those dogs?
They don't listen, but yeah, I can yell at them. All right. I don't know what the hell
I
he's
think I
barking at.
heard Ranger bark. I heard a.
But, yeah, he's probably outside barking or something. And that little idiot's too. He won't run outside to see what they're barking at. He'll just stand in the middle of the living room and barking because he hears a sound. Like,
So we finally go back to our 3 time zones.
yeah.
So it's a lot easier now.
Yeah, like talking about Tasmania, Oz by Drone, Greg, his folks actually took a well, they went on the boat, went over to Tasmania, and then they, did some vacation there. And I asked him, I said, why going to Tasmania? I said, is it so that they can take pictures of the two-headed people or something? And I mean, that's what I've been told, and he said,
What I found interesting was the Spirit of Tasmania used to go from Station Pier, which is probably 20 minutes, probably 15, 20 minutes drive from where I am currently in the city. And they moved it to now it's 75 minutes out of the city in a regional place called Geelong, which is closer to Tasmania.
oh, okay.
When I took that flight, when I did the video of the Spirit of Tasmania, that was the week before they changed it, because they moved it down to Geelong, which is 75 kilometres now from the. It's one of the largest regional cities in Victoria. And we've
Lloyd's
really
having
got
a
some
heck of a
lovely.
time with the dogs.
Yeah. We've actually got some really lovely cities here in Victoria and Tasmania. Now, Queensland is nice. Queensland is nice, but it's a lot bigger in terms of it's the second biggest state in Australia.
Okay.
You've
Yeah.
got- that's the eastern, and then you've got the
Kill that
central,
dog.
and then you've got the western. And Western Australia is one whole state. And it takes up
Yeah.
45% of the landmass, and probably only
So-
about 1% of it you could live in.
Right, because that's the outback, really. That's
Yeah, the outback
And that-
starts in top end of South Australia and goes
You got
through
great
most.
states, though.
Yeah, we've got six mainland. We've got 5 mainland, 1 Tasmania, and 2 territories, Northern and
Yeah.
the Australian Capital Territory.
yeah.
Cool.
No,
Don't be much, Dominic, Matt, and Tim.
I'm being totally honest about Queensland. If you want the brutal honesty, if I was to rank them all in brutal honesty, I just don't have, and I don't want to. I don't want to speak ill of New South Wales, but
We got Billy Tompkins.
I've never really enjoyed any of the times that I've been there, and I'm sorry to any people. Sorry to Greg from Oz by Drone.
Yeah,
I apologise about New South Wales. I'm just not a person that. It's just
Well, I
not
don't-
my cup of tea.
Well, I hear that from a lot of Australians. They're not fans of the New South Welshmen.
Yeah.
That's their politics too. Of course, was it Victoria? Yeah, Victoria is the one that was in lockdown so much, though. They were like, it was. I think they nicknamed it Sictoria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
270 days we spent
Oh.
under lockdown.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. And some people got stuck. You know, they'd lift it and they'd go to another state, and then they'd go to come back and they were locked out because Victoria went into another lockdown, you know.
Yeah, 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
It was spread over 6.
yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Blind Neil was in.
Yep,
Blind
Blind
Neil.
Neil, and we got Dustin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. One Vision Aerials. Yeah.
Ben Cartwright.
Ben
I
Cartwright
born
was
in
actually
Sydney,
born in Sydney.
But I agree with you, mate.
A Queenslander and now a Texan. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, Mr.
Mr.
B.
B.
I don't
Mr.
know which
B.
chat he's in, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
one of the he's just come up saying
Yeah. Mr.
COVID.
B is. Yeah.
Trevor. COVID.
Oh, Kovic. Yeah. Let me go find out what that dog. You guys take the show for a minute. I'm gonna go beat a dog.
All right. We'll remove him from the stream, and yeah, I've never been to Australia, and if I do make the move to the Philippines, that'll give me a chance to
Well,
hop
the
up.
Philippines is only about 6.5, 7 hour flight.
Right.
But the strange thing about when you go from, especially Melbourne, because of where it is in Australia in the very southeast, if you go from, say, Melbourne to anywhere in Southeast Asia, you'll spend 80% of that flight over the Australian continent.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, because I've got a friend of mine that lives in Singapore. I used to go to school with him, and he moved to Singapore.
Wow.
And when he comes home to see his parents, once you get into Australian waters, you think, oh, we're nearly there. No, you're about 20% there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you go from Melbourne to Darwin, that's a good 4.5 hour flight, which I think it's interesting.
I was right. The idiot's sitting there at the curtains, sticking his head out the doggy door, barking,
It looks like
And
we're
he's
just going to
still
have to
barking.
put up with it.
and he's still barking.
Looks like we're just going to have to put up with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Yep.
so.
Yep.
Yeah.
That dog is an idiot. I'm telling you right now. He's just an absolute nutcase. Well, nutless, actually. He's a nutless case.
Yeah.
That's what Gus
Hello
thinks.
to
That's
NN
what,
in my chat.
We got
Yeah.
NN and the pet.
Yep.
Welcome,
It's
welcome.
from my,
And
I
we
believe
got
that's in my
Ken.
chat. Yep.
Place it here.
oh, okay.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken. It's just
He's
about
just-
Mark R. White's comment. You can fly from Manchester to Italy. But you're going from one country to another. In Australia, 4.5 hours will barely get you to Perth, and you're still in Australia,
Yep.
which I think
Yeah.
It's kind of
just
like
think
a
Yeah.
flight
it
from
highlights how
Denver to
big
Florida.
Australia is. Just highlights that. It's
Yeah,
a big country, but at the same
it is.
time, only about 14% of it is habitated or habitable.
Yeah.
I'd say
Because
easily 3/4 of it is on the eastern seaboard.
where does a puppet put? We're not talking about what that puppet does. No. We leave that out. Yeah. So, that's one thing because I've been friends with Grant for 22, 23, 24 years now, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's you look on the map, and it looks like this, size of England. But then when you really start looking at it, you realize that thing is huge, and
Yep.
you know, you got what's knowing you were
I'd love
Italian,
to.
I would actually fly over to England, France, Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, and Switzerland to get to Italy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just highlights that. Look how many countries you can go through or over from the
Right.
UK to Europe. You take
Yeah.
the Channel Tunnel, or you take a flight over there. You can actually go to various countries,
Yep.
many
well,
different countries. Here,
It's
it takes hours to get anywhere.
yeah. Well, it's like out on the East
Correct.
Coast. They can go from Philadelphia down to Florida in what? Well, they run about 6-7 hours, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Philadelphia and Florida?
To Florida,
No.
10 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, 10 hours.
10 hours.
Ben is it's spot on there. Sydney to Perth is a big distance, and Melbourne to Perth is
Yeah.
because of you're further down. You're going that way, but if you go from Melbourne to Darwin, oh,
Yeah. Well, to leave here from Muskogee, and we're sort of in the middle part of the
Yeah.
state, and to go down to say the Gulf of Mexico and Texas, that's a good 10-hour drive. You know.
Yeah.
10-hour drive would barely get you to Sydney from here.
Yeah. But I mean, just Oklahoma. I mean, the eastern states. You know, they all travel around, especially up in the northeast area of the United States. Would you shut up, you little idiot? Oh, what in the hell? Let me see. Let me check the backyard and see what he's.
What's he screaming at?
Yeah, he's barking at Pepper, our Pomeranian, and Ranger are out in the backyard doing their thing, and he's too stupid to just step out the doggy door and go out with him. You know, instead.
But yeah,
Neighbors are out in the back. Neighbors are out in their backyard, so he thinks it's like
yeah.
whatever.
You wouldn't in your right mind want to drive to Perth. I tell you, if you went from Melbourne to Perth, it's what 37 or 38 hours.
Wow. Yep.
Melbourne to Darwin,
You did
don't
my
even
mind.
think about it.
Yeah.
40 plus hours.
And most of the population is on the coast.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
it's so
14%
desolate
mass.
interior.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't even bother.
Yeah.
Don't even bother trying
Yeah,
to
it's
go
like,
through the middle of Australia.
I mean, you look at like where Ice Spike's at. He's in Western Australia, I think.
Yeah.
And it's. Would you shut up, you little?
Yeah.
Are you happy now? I apologize. I'm gonna wind up dogs. Yeah, exactly. He's wound up. You know, he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Brisbane to
God.
Perth one way. I rode my motorcycle from Perth to Melbourne. 5 days the first time, 3 days the other.
God,
Wow,
that's
that's a long
mind-blowing.
haul. Yeah,
Brisbane
yeah.
to Perth is probably one of the longest ones you'll do,
Yeah.
especially when you have to cross the Nullarbor Plain. That is mind blowing. It is just a desolate part of Australia. If you get
Adelaide,
stuck there,
Dar-
you're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah. Grant's driven
Exactly.
Adelaide
It
to
is.
Darwin and back.
Yeah, that is. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I know
thinking
when
about it, but you can stop in Alice Springs, so that's a good start.
when I went to see my sister who's over in New Mexico, and she's right on the New Mexico-Texas border, and we had to go up through the panhandle of Texas to get to where she's at, and just driving across it, that is the most godforsaken, desolate part of Oklahoma and Texas combined. You know, I mean, we hit sandstorms that were so bad. I mean, instead of, you know, the wind, you actually saw it rolling. I mean, it was like across the whole horizon, but it was rolling sideways. Is it, you know, just like a tornado turned sideways, and it was just a dust storm. It was, oh my God, I forgot what they call those, but they have
a boob.
Just a comment on Ben Cartwright.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It says you don't drive at night because you hit kangaroos or emus. Emus.
Oh, yeah.
Not emus. Emus.
Emus. Yes.
Yes, not emus.
Who calls them emus?
Justin calls them emus.
Oh,
Justin does. Okay.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
wasn't there a comedian named Emu Philip? No, that's Emo Philip.
Emo.
Emo. Yeah.
Emo
Okay.
Phillips. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess a little snot's going to finally quiet down because Ranger's back in the house and Pepper's in the house, so he's going to go lay down now. What an idiot.
Oh,
dog.
that's good.
Yep, there he is. He's back. Now he's in the bedroom barking, but it's not bothering me. Eric Lipinski, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you know, I have one dog I think would be good for my live stream, and that would be Ranger, our Great Pyrenees, and he's quiet, doesn't Blue Emu is what Johnny Bench advertises. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was emu, but I've heard it pronounced emu, and I'm going,
Emu.
yeah, it doesn't even sound right, you know? Yeah.
I love it. I just love it when I hear that.
Right. Justin talking with a Cockney accent about cows. Emus. Thought you had all they. Yeah, they had.
It was Rod
let's
Hart.
see.
He was a comedian with an emu. Emu.
Oh, yeah, emu. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Triggering.
We're going to trigger all the Aussies if we keep saying emu.
Emu.
Yeah. Emus. Yeah. Yeah. To me, it's always. Yeah, it's always. I've always heard it emus. So, but my new dog toy. Well, I'm scared to see what this is.
Mew.
Oh.
Yeah. Justin comes back with, I don't speak third world language. Emu. Put a W on the end and it becomes emu. EMEW, and that's how you would say it properly.
got Jack.
Hello, Max.
Hello,
Max.
Max.
Oh, Max Air.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Max Air.
And Lake Pilot.
Outdoors
Mr. B Outdoors Adventures.
Bob
Mr.
Casey.
Adventure
I've got Bob
Casey
in
in
my
here?
chat. Bob's in my chat.
Yeah. Hey, Bob. So
Mr. B
yeah,
again.
I've got some new merchandise on my. I've got the Grumpy Vlogger for President stuff out now. So if you want to,
That's correct, Don.
emus, yeah.
That's the plural. Emu.
That's the plural. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're an emu unless they're, you know. Those things can be nasty though. I mean, they can
be vicious,
yeah. Well, so can ostriches. Those things can tear you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, those you look at their claws and stuff, but yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so I got my Grumpy Vlogger stuff. I got to send off some stuff tomorrow when I get through. Dominic wants an old-fashioned American ass kicking. Yeah. Well, you know, these these little ones have to, they have to show, they get to that certain age, they got to sort of start trying to show that they're a man. But
Yeah.
you know how these youngsters are. They. Oh, look who we have here. Oh, hey,
Ron.
Ron.
Hey,
Glad to have you in.
Ronnie.
Ron.
Hey,
How are
Ron.
you?
Seagull.
Doing good.
So, everybody doing well?
We
Yeah,
are.
Yep.
We are. I'm I'm about ready to start pounding my head against the desk if my dog doesn't shut up. But other than that, hey.
Which one's misbehaving? It's probably the little one.
Yeah. Excuse the way I put this. The nutless wonder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In more
did you
ways than
have-
one.
Yeah. Oh, no wonder
Yeah.
he's whining.
Yeah. Well, he's an idiot because Pepper, our Pomeranian, and Ranger went outside. Well, and the neighbor was out there. They weren't bothering the neighbor. They were just looking at him like, whatever. Bear, the 11-month-old Chihuahua that just got fixed last week, stands with his head out the doggy door and barks in the living room. I mean, it's right over here. And I mean, he just barks. Wouldn't go outside and do it. No, he's an idiot. So what have you been up to, Ron?
Well, I just come back from the reservation, one I haven't been on for a while at Pine Ridge. Holy crap.
Okay.
I've been looking at potentially switching jobs.
Right.
But I talked to the managers, and what I wanted to do was go to the actual base, see the aircraft, see the people.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the res. Boy, nothing's changed. Holy cow. Man, just
That bad?
oh god, yeah. And one thing I was reminded of, speaking of dogs, the wild dog packs all over the place. Yeah, I hear the little nutless wonder now.
No, that's the other one. That's his little sister that's 18 weeks. Now they're all barking.
Lloyd's going to break open a can of whoop ass here shortly.
I'm starting to get this twitch in my eye. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Boy, you need a can of sleepy time. Put a little on a rag and stick it over their muzzle and
Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna contact Mariah and see if she can bring home some anesthesia. Drop it by the house. But
Yeah, you have to see. Oh my god. You got to see these dog packs down here. Holy cow. They've had more issues with people getting attacked and killed and kids getting killed. It's amazing. So,
yeah, Charles, edibles for doggies. Yeah.
So I'm heading up to my part-time job now.
And which one is this?
This is the ambulance job in Hot South Dakota with the hot blonde boss. I forget whose show I was on one time, and she come walking up behind me and look up, who's that?
Oh yeah, yeah. The chloroform on a
One time.
I think it might have been on mine.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, I think it was on mine.
Yeah, she's a hottie.
Yeah.
So,
so have you decided
if?
So okay, yeah. Are you going to switch jobs or not?
I think I'm going to decline. There's a lot of good, but there was some bad that kind of raised some red flags, and I don't know. The money's there. They
Right.
offered
Right.
me, they matched my current pay plus $3 and a $20,000 sign-on bonus. But that $20,000 is spread out over 2 years.
Yeah. Which means you got to be there for 2 years to get it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And if it turns out to be a crap job, well,
yeah, you don't get it. Yeah.
Right.
So the only thing I mean, I don't like to talk bad, but they're under contract with the tribe, and the tribe has been last second like, hey, we don't want you anymore. We're going to break the contract, and they do it, and then they get away with it. And that part worries me.
Yeah, that's.
I had some problems recently at my full-time job, and that's gotten fixed. And that's the only reason I was out looking.
Right.
So at least I think it was fixed. Anyway, I hope so. But
You hope so? Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of a little bit stressed out for about 6 weeks. I had a problem with
I noticed you had.
coworker.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't on anybody's live stream for a while, and I just kind of shut down for a while.
Right.
Yeah, I'd noticed that, and but yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully your current job, your full time, they've resolved the issue, and
What I'm hoping.
you know, yeah, because there's nothing worse than being at a job in which, you know, you got a problem with a coworker and they could do something about it, but they choose not to for whatever reason. That just makes everybody miserable, you know.
It does, you know, and what they do is my partner. He stabbed me in the back, and then he reinserted it. Mother.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was under the microscope for about 6 weeks. And turns out they found that it wasn't me that was the problem. And they switched partners, and the guy I'm working with now, the bosses have been checked with him. Said, "How's Ron doing?" I said, "Ron's doing fine. Does his job well."
Yeah.
And,
Good.
Yeah.
Told me that I don't know what I'm doing. I you know, and just to prove him wrong, you know, to interview for this job here, I had to go through an exam, and it was not easy. I did the best out of 15 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, you know, you see that in a lot of places. People have gotten to this idea that, you know, that part of it is they get complacent and they decide their own self-importance is better than, you know, and you know, so yeah, you get a lot of those people, and it's not just in your job; it's everywhere. Yeah, and
I actually did some research.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the word I did some research on the word narcissism. He fits it to a T. To a T.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
here's another word for you, Ron. Gaslight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, Mark, right there, tell your boss you've been offered a new job and more money. Is he willing to give you a raise, you know? Sometimes you have to let him know that, hey, this situation, especially if the situation wasn't completely resolved to your satisfaction, you know.
Well, what had happened was last week they split us up for a month. They wanted to say, you know what, we're going to investigate this thoroughly. And the girl that's working with my old partner, she's complaining right now about the way she's being treated by him. And we were actually supposed to be back together today. And The guy that I'm working with now is the goofiest son of a bitch you ever want to meet in your life, but he is the top-notch clinician I think I've ever worked with ever in my career.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy, really good guy. But he said, let's bring the supervisor in. Let's have a chit chat. He goes, Ron, there's one thing you're doing wrong. And I learned a lesson out of this. And he said, you're not standing up for yourself. You've been been like a punching bag for all these weeks now. And now it's time for you to stand up for yourself. You're not doing it.
Yeah.
So when the supervisor came in, I opened up. Oh man, did I open up? And I think he was a little shocked. But I think that's what resolved the issue. And he said, putting you two back together is a bad idea. I'm glad you agreed with that, because if you were, I would have taken this job in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes people, either they've been together too long, or, in one, and I see it, sometimes people, like this guy said, you didn't know what you were doing, but yet it might have been he was projecting, or he was trying to, screw-ups, trying to cover his ass, and let's put it off on Ron, because Ron doesn't say anything. Ron's a good guy, so we'll let it go, And
there was one case where we were working with a patient that needed to be on a pacemaker, and he just wasn't doing it right. And I said, hey, we need to do this, and that. He goes, don't worry about it. I forget what he told me, but he just basically would ignore me. And when you're done with treating a patient, we have to write what they call a patient chart.
Right.
And when the medical director reviewed that chart, he wasn't happy with it. And that's one of the things I told the supervisor. I said, well, this is what I wanted to do, but my partner wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
And I told him about a couple other cases too. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm looking you square in the eye, and I have no reason to lie to you. So. Yeah.
Well, my granddaughter has gotten her life straight and stuff, and her company understands her past and has been working with her, and she got put into a supervisor position. But they came to her, they came to her and said, listen, you've got to start, you're getting behind because you're taking a little longer than necessary. And it wasn't her that was doing it. It was the guy that was supposed to be the builder. And, she has her things and he has his stuff. And then, he finishes his job and then brings it to her. Well, she was having to go in, and, he kept saying, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing, I built houses for a living, blah, blah, blah. He may have built houses for a living, but he obviously can't build cabinets, and she kept having to show him. And half the time she says, we end up pulling the stuff that he builds. I said, then you need to explain to your supervisor that this guy is not doing his job. He's either overstated his qualifications, and you need to get somebody in there that can do the job, And she says, this is the guy that will do the least amount of work he can. And he'll sit there and spend time arguing about it doesn't need to be done that way. And then they have to come back and redo it. Yeah. Yep. And it's like, no, I said, you've got to take and quit being such a nice person and, tell this guy and go to your supervisor that this guy is not qualified. I've showed him how to do this, and it's like a repetitive job. They build cabinets for like the Burger King, the Taco Bells. They build all the cabinets, they build all the tables and all that stuff. And it's a repetitive thing. Every so often they get a little bit different design, so they have to do it. And it's just like this guy just. And I said, you're going to have to quit being nice. And so, she had a long talk with her supervisor, and I think and plus she had a lot of other stuff. She had one week that everything hit her at once, and he come to talk to her about it, and she just broke down crying, and it had nothing to do with what they had told her. It had something to do with her life outside of the job, and it just all hit at once. And he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't mean it. It's not that bad." And she says, "No, that's not it." And then she had to explain what was going on in her actual life, her real life. Right. And she had a friend come along and kind of betray her and stab her in the back, and it was about her children and stuff, and just it was a bunch of crap that she has to deal with as a recovering addict. It's those things you got to live up to and change. And she's doing great and continues to do great, but she finally got down to the point where, okay, they have finally understand that this guy is not doing his job, so they're having other people work with her now that know what they're doing. It's not like she hasn't shown him 30 times, and he does it because he gets by with it, because he doesn't want to do the work. That's what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. But he can complain about when it's, she did that. That's not my problem. She didn't show me how to do it. And so
I found out supervisors sometimes they don't want to deal with some of these issues. And with the other thing I found out recently, HR is not your friend. HR is for the company. They're not for the employee. I learned that lesson too. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sometimes praying that it's all over. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think.
Well, I hope it works out.
Yeah, I think my supervisor, he did say to me at the end of the day last week, he goes, "I think I kind of handled this wrong." And he said, "I'm going to permanently switch you. You and Dan will work together from here on out." And he said, "Don't worry about the vacation. I know the schedule's already posted, but I know you have these 2 trips coming up. Just put in the time that you need, and I'll make it happen." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Great.
Yeah. Well, good.
So,
Yeah, because, but, by the way, people, in case you don't know it, 2 important things I need to mention is, 1, actually 3 important things. Right after this show, and it's already started, is Drone Nation, and you'll actually hear something about drones there. 2, this weekend is the South Florida Drone Meetup, and it will be live streamed by Uncle Bill's Toys, and probably a few others are going to be live streaming it. And 3, in case you don't know it, Art is going to the Philippines the following weekend.
Art's going to the Philippines.
Yeah.
We've just got to mention that, because I don't think we've mentioned that enough.
No, we haven't. We haven't mentioned it enough. It hasn't been. Art will be going. Yes,
I will be doing a live stream from the Philippines, from James Tanner's home, and we're going to be going on after Kelly's show.
And don't forget don't forget the South Florida Drone Meetup is this weekend too.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to start talking with my son, and I would like to get a maybe the Hillbilly Drone Meetup here for the Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri corner. And because we got quite a few people, we got several people here in Oklahoma. And so if anybody from the area, like from Joplin to over to Fort Smith, down to over to Oklahoma City, Edmond, and anywhere in that area, would like to find a central place meetup, contact me. Let me know what you think of that idea.
I'm in.
Lloyd, you could call it the Mo Arc OK Drone Meetup.
Yeah, or the 3-state meetup. Tri-state meetup.
I'd come that. I like those.
Well, there you. Well, yeah, and Don kind of teasingly has mentioned it a couple of times. In the chat, we've chatted back and forth, but so I think I'm going to be looking into that. Probably wait either if I want to get past tornado season and I want to get past the humid summer season. So, we're probably looking at the fall, early fall, when the weather is just about right, because you don't want to come here when it's 110 degrees and we've got 90% humidity.
Nope.
That kills you. You don't want that.
We've done that a couple of times.
So, anyways, I think I'm going to cut it off now because we've already run over time. So I want to thank everybody. Ron, I want to thank you for being here, dropping in for a little bit.
See ya.
And Dominic and Art, I appreciate you guys here every week. And to everybody on all of the channels that have been watching this broadcast, I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us. And we'll see you next week or in the chat, whichever comes first. So everybody take care. I'm the Grumpy Vlogger, and for all the dummies on the panel, I'm going to say goodbye.